Greetings, and welcome to the Library of Deep Knowledge. I am Naho the Storyteller, and I have a tale to tell you. Today, the library is continuing the tale of Tokyo Necro. When we last left Soun, he was approaching Konsu about the Ikebukuro CPC and what they found inside. Konsu definitely seems to know something, and ushered Soun into her basement. Today I am joined by the usual cast. We have Momo,
Pyon Pyon.
Crystal,
Hello!
Wild,
No longer sick.
and Eva for about an hour.
Yay! Hi.
Akani will be joining us as soon as she makes it through the snow and traffic.
Yes, snow.
I'm sure she's not actually dealing with snow with where she is, but I'm just saying.
Still, no.
You know what? Snow happened in Florida not too long ago. So.
Yeah, but not like it did up here.
Ah.
Walking to the shoe store in shoes that are literally falling apart, having to go through like a foot of snow is not great. Okay. Well then. Can't waste any time. We don't have Eva for that long. So, don't apologize.
I need to stop that.
As I said before stream, your life and your life's goings on are more important than my stream.
So no question of the week.
Oh, hold on. We do just quick question. What's your favorite piece of clothing you like the best?
I'm currently wearing it, actually, so... It is a Getsu Fumuden Undying Moon hoodie from the Konami store.
Heck yeah.
It looks like I'm wearing his armor with his scarf, even though it's just a hoodie. It's great.
How about you guys?
My favorite piece of clothing to wear?
Yeah.
Honestly, my PJs.
Oh my gosh, we need the same. I love it. Except I also love turtlenecks for no reason.
For you guys
I get you
in the voice chat, this is the hoodie in question.
Oh, I know what gets.
Oh. Ooh.
Nice. Nice hoodie.
Wild, did you say... What did you say about Getsu Fumuden?
Oh, I know all about Getsufuma. You didn't even have to tell me it was for the Konami store. I knew.
Have you played the most recent game?
Not the most recent one, but I am quite intimate with the old one.
Hello, Sapphic. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, Sally. How are you doing?
Yeah, and Wild, aside from Punch-Out, the original Getsu Fumuden is my favorite NES game, so...
Real.
Fair.
Yeah, the only bad thing I have to say about the new game is that it got abandoned before it could be completed. Like, it...
Yeah, but it's a Konami production. What do you expect?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it'd be fine if it wasn't obvious that it's unfinished, but, like, one of the world gates literally says, oh, you need this key to get in here, and that key's not in the game. And they had the game leave early access and released it on the Switch and everything.
Oh.
I expected nothing less.
But if you get the special edition of the game, you also get a copy of the original Getsu Fumuden as well, which is great.
Oh, nice. Is it for like an emulated NES, or is it like an actual like reproduced?
It's a port.
Oh, okay.
They did not translate it, though. which is probably the funniest part about that. They just gave it to you as is, untranslated. But that's fine, the game kicks ass, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I like my immersive gameplay. Everything should be in Japanese.
I, like most of the Western audience, was introduced to Getsufuma by his guest appearance in Castlevania Harmony of Despair.
Same.
And then I fell in love with the original game, because, again, it kicks ass. Alright. Let's continue.
Let's go.
Konsu is known to be a pervert. She's not one to deny it either. She's a hardcore masochist, to put it lightly. Which is why she went out of her way to refurbish this basement into a torture chamber. For the people who are new here, Tokyo Necro here is being played with an R15 patch. R15, not R18. Any of the most questionable content that would get me banned from Twitch is not in here. It does get pretty close to that, but out of necessity. Unpatched, this game cuts multiple hours of content and is essentially unreadable. For instance, the opening sequence, which was roughly 2 hours long, without the patch, it's 10 minutes.
Many such cases.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yes,
hi.
Eternal Father, people like you are welcome.
Welcome.
Sorry I'm late, guys.
Hello, Akani.
Hi,
Hey, you haven't missed
Hi.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
We literally just started.
So I was hoping I was not going to be that much later. I'm actually kind of irritated.
Oh no, was traffic bad?
No, it was just people. Just people.
People.
I'm just going to leave it like that. Just
Ew, people, disgusting. No, I'm just kidding.
Disgusting.
At least we're not real people here. I'm just
I have to
kidding.
wait in
Wait, we're not?
lines and wait for food and wait
Well,
for people to
because
do the right
of the
thing,
internet.
stuff like that.
Of course.
We're cute anime girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
you're right. I'm
I always love
sorry.
those.
All of us. All of us cute anime girls. All of us. Every
So while
single
I was
one.
gone, while I was
But
gone,
your
did y'all do
voices
the...
in my head.
Yes. Did y'all do any favorites this week?
Oh yeah, what's your favorite piece of clothing?
Me?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, Akani, you can see I posted in the chat what my favorite is, and it's what I'm currently wearing, even.
I know. Hang on. Oh, nice. That's actually pretty cool. I have no
I have
idea
to
for
take
me.
a picture of mine later. It's like see-through with some bats on it. It's so cool.
I don't think I can say
Excuse me a
that.
second, I'll be right back.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
say
wow.
mine right now on chat, but I'm just gonna. put
Eternal
that there.
Father's favorite shirt says "Funky" on it. Crystal,
Oh my god, I can't.
you had joined for Killer 7, right?
Yeah.
So you know how Travis is always wearing a different tank top that says something different on it every time we see him?
Yeah.
I bought for Eternal Father one of his tank tops, and it's the one that says "Funky," and that's his favorite shirt. So
Nice.
How funky.
Very.
all right, continuing here. When a job requires her to take considerable risks, she'll demand sexual favors as payment alongside monetary compensation. I'm apparently a highly suitable partner for that purpose. She'll occasionally sleep with Ethica as well, but when it comes to S&M, Konsu finds my company to be preferable. Honestly, as long as she's satisfied and holds up her end of the bargain, I don't have any particular issues with this arrangement. What did you have in mind for today? Bondage, the wooden horse, or perhaps...
The wooden horse? What?
Today, though, there seems to be something off about her. When you're older, Akani.
Yeah.
Normally, her cheeks would be flushed red, and she'd be trembling with arousal at the thought of imminent sex. Not this time, though.
Son, do you care about Iria?
That came out of nowhere. Why do you ask?
Iria appears to be particularly attached to you.
It's just a form of imprinting. I think back to that snowy night at the Neokoma ruins. I was the first one she saw when we found her.
If she ever regains all her memories, will you come to hate her?
So, Eternal Father, fun fact, we are on what everyone considers to be Konsu's route right now. She doesn't have a single H scene in her own route. We get the talks of, well, I mean, what they just went over, but we never see any of that. We're just told it happens sometimes. I'm sure we'd probably see that stuff on other routes, or, well, we won't, because R15 patch, but yeah. I'm not sure. Konsu, what exactly are you trying to tell me?
The brain can sometimes block up memories deemed undesirable. It's called what is it?
Psychogenic.
Psychogenic amnesia. Well, what if Iria's memories would only bring her pain? In that case, it might be better for her not to remember them at all. She might be happier that way.
I think I finally understand what she's trying to get at. The Ikebukuro CPC was no ordinary facility. That much is for certain. I can't even begin to imagine what they were doing to all those orphans locked up in there.
Dawn, are you willing to bear the responsibility for hurting Iria?
I simply wanted to grant her wish. I wanted to learn more about her. But what if she were to keep her past buried and start a new life somewhere else? Couldn't that be another equally valid option for her?
I want you to keep that in the back of your head. However, you still have an agreement to fulfill.
All of a sudden, Konsu's back to her usual self. She's right. We came down here for a very specific reason. I'm a machine required to obey my client's request, to convert input into output. It's time to do my job. Advance payment, then?
Yes, please. Huh?
All of a sudden, Konsu cocks her head to the side. It's almost like she was on the verge of saying something, but chose not to. Is something the matter?
No, Solon, you said you fought Milgram the other day, right?
I did.
And how did it go?
I ended up severely injured. They told me I nearly died. Apparently, Mitsumi rescued me after I'd passed out. All I remember is waking up at the hospital afterwards.
No one managed by the military police?
Of course. said facilities where the living dead stalkers can receive the highest standard of care. When a stalker suffers a life-threatening injury, they'll be brought to the military police's hospital first. Truth be told, I didn't expect to have such a speedy recovery. I guess I shouldn't underestimate the medical capabilities of the military police. Hopefully, it's only a matter of time until I'm completely back to my old self. Konsu? Are you listening to me? Konsu has fallen ominously silent, staring into space. There really is something off about her today. I tap her on the shoulder and give her a light shake.
Huh?
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
The way she said that didn't sound particularly convincing. Under normal circumstances, she'd already be stripping down, eager for me to whip her with a cat o' nine tails. So, about that advance payment.
You can pay later.
But don't we usually...
We shouldn't keep Iria waiting.
Konsu hurriedly interrupts me. She does have a point. It might not be the best idea to start doing hardcore S&M while Iria is right there in the next room. Besides, we're in Akihabara. I worry that she might slip out and go off on a little expedition on her own. I suppose you're right. I'll pay later then. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Konsu nods. I'll have to make this up to her at a later time. The funniest thing is that Soun doesn't get any enjoyment out of this. He's just like, well, it's business. Time to pay with business money.
Well,
Jeez, Soun, what took you so long?
what are you doing?
I rarely see Konsu become this agitated.
Well, I was bored. I figured why not? The net really is vast and infinite.
Iria is sitting atop the refrigerator, the seat normally reserved for Konsu herself. She appears to have been browsing some news sites to kill time. However, that peculiar tone graph of hers is once again there, hovering right above her palm. She doesn't seem to be paying it much heed, though. I wonder if it just started up on its own like last time. I'm not sure you should be using someone else's computer without permission.
It was password protected too.
Huh? Was it? Oh, it was? I just booted up the thing and logged in without issue.
This has to be a bad dream. There should have been several layers of biometric authentication as well.
As an information broker, robust security measures are of paramount importance to Konsu. There's absolutely no way she'd make an amateur mistake like this.
How did you? What did you? Why did you?
Konsu is beyond flabbergasted. That reminds me, didn't we also have security problems of our own back at the agency? Assuming there's a flaw in the security system, does that mean our personal information might have leaked outside parties? If that's the case, then it might be worth running a quick checkup.
That goes without saying. I'll run as many as I can. Maybe I should do a clean install too.
God, how long is that gonna take? I'm all tuckered out.
Half a day at the very least.
That's quite a lot of time. It might be better to leave the investigation to Konsu and head off to take care of some other business in the meantime.
Oh, by the way, they found the vice governor.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw it on the news. They discovered his body floating in the water near Old Daiba district.
I see. The same vice governor that Tang Yunshan kidnapped. The fact that he ended up dead means they didn't abduct him purely to cash in on a ransom. Milgram could have easily used his necromancy to turn the vice governor into a hi-fi living dead and use him as a sleeper agent. But he didn't do that. So what is he really after? Shall we go take a look?
I'll contact you if I find anything.
Appreciate it.
Be careful out there.
See you later, alligator!
As we exit the store, I check my Conray. Let's see, the most efficient route to the old Odaiba district would be...
We need to go to Asakusa, by the way.
Asakusa.
Asakusa? Okay. We need to go to Asakusa, by the way.
Asakusa? Didn't you say it was the old Odaiba?
Oh, that was just a lie to get you out of the shop.
A lie?
Do you remember what Konsu said when you mentioned my personal record being missing from the Ikebukuro CPC?
Ikebukuro.
Ikebukuro.
Let me think.
She said they may have been blown away by the wind.
I do recall her saying something along those lines.
How did she know the records were printed on paper?
An excellent observation. Usually when we talk about records, we mean digital ones. It's very rare for anyone to print things on actual paper these days.
I found some data about Kurushima. I found some data about Kurushima Michiya on her PC.
Really?
Really. Not only was Kansu familiar with the guy, she actually looked into him as well, but she intentionally kept that a secret from us. Look, so, are you really sure we can trust Kansu?
I'm not sure how to answer. The entire time I've known her, it's never even crossed my mind to doubt Konsu. I've always placed the utmost trust in her. But Iria is right in pointing out that her behavior today was more than a little unusual. I choose my words carefully before answering. If Konsu really did know about Kurushima Michiya, it's possible she chose not to say anything because she felt that would somehow be more beneficial to us.
I see.
Iria nods somewhat hesitantly, then sends over the data she's copied to her Conry.
This is all the data she collected. It's still not a lot, though.
When Ryoko tried looking into him, she couldn't find anything. Konsu might have used the highway to obtain this data. Kurushima Michiya. An expert in the fields of cognitive ethology, neuroscience, and various other brain sciences. He worked at the University of Tokyo's very own Dokujima laboratory, and was widely considered a prodigy at the time. His most notable work is an essay titled The New Generation Influencer Hypothesis. It supposedly outlines research pertaining to people with a particularly high influence on society, although the vast majority of the original text has since been lost, leaving us with nothing but a mere synopsis. Kuroshima's last recorded place of residence is an apartment building located in Asakusa. He appears to have lived alone, but the records show that he hasn't entered the apartment in over a year. In any case, I should report these findings to Ryoko. This is odd. My Konri is unable to reach her. Did she have some urgent business to take care of? We've always relied on Ryoko to determine our course of action in complicated situations like this. It makes me a little uneasy knowing that I'll have to decide what to do next on my own. I wonder if I can handle this alone.
Soon?
I know. It's no use standing around here contemplating things. We'd only be wasting precious time. Let's do this the simple, straightforward way. We're going to Asakusa.
Good idea. But, I'm kind of curious about the vice governor as well. Should we start there?
No need. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested, but that case is under the military police's jurisdiction. I could try and poke around, but it wouldn't yield much. We should let Ethica handle it.
I let out a sneeze. Despite all the advances we've made in medical science, the common cold is still here to stay. Sneezing, burping, coughing, all par for the course. And I wouldn't have it any other way. We sometimes need little things like that to feel alive, you know? Having said that, I'm freezing. My non-existent balls off here! The old Odaiba district used to be a busy tourist hotspot back in the day, being home to a large convention center and even a TV station. However, building hot pipes at sea proved too costly, so the decision was made to abandon all plans of constructing a residential area in the district. These days, the people you'll find here are not so much residents as thrill seekers. Instead of proper homes, the district houses of the elderly disposal zone, a site resembling a twisted amusement park.
Boy, what a name for an area.
Ain't it?
The same energy as a depopulation event.
Special administrative regions found in the old Odaiba area and elsewhere. Contains facilities designed to dispose of elderly who are deemed incapable of contributing to the economy. The illegal elderly sent to these facilities are used to test military technology. Citizens may also pay a fee to use them as living targets. A portion of the revenue produced by the elderly disposal zones is used to provide healthcare and education for minors. I see.
Instead of... Yep, fun. Ain't it?
Who needs a retirement home when you can just send Grandpa to be target practice? Jesus Christ.
No.
Criminy, ain't it?
Step right up and have a look at our prices. It doesn't get any cheaper than this. Mere 150,000 yen to shoot 20 people. Act now and the first handful of bullets will be on the house.
Standing near the customer entrance of the electromagnetically fenced-off elderly disposal zone, the toter continues loudly advertising his services with a megaphone in hand.
I forgot to grab a bottle of water. I don't want a repeat of Johnny Gagnon stuff from Killer 7. I'll be right back.
Hey, you should have learned by now.
We can take over the channel now.
It is ours. It is ours now.
It's time. We prepared for this.
The stream keys.
Finally. So, what are we talking about now?
What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Momo.
Momo?
Huh? Huh?
That's my favorite
What?
color. I said Momo.
Oh.
Aww.
Blue.
Blue? Actually, mine is green. Actually, my favorite color is green.
You would
Gross,
never
that's
guess
silly.
with your avatar and everything.
I know. Eternal Father's like, rise up, readers.
Alright, I'm back.
Rise up. Oh, shit. Back. Abort.
Abort.
Nothing happened.
Abort.
Nothing happened at all.
What are we talking about now?
What kind of nothing did I miss?
Nothing.
We didn't take over the stream. No.
Maho, what's your favorite
Purple.
color? Oh.
I felt like that was a really obvious answer. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's purple.
Well,
Anyway, continuing.
Eva's was not. I would have never guessed her favorite color.
Sometime after 2050, Japan's warped population pyramid could no longer support society. The pension system collapsed and the economy saw a period of devastating recession. The government instated an immigration policy to combat declining birth rates, but it ended up backfiring, resulted in increased criminal activity and overcrowded prisons. What proved truly disastrous was the large-scale loss of young lives during the Sino-American War. As a result, trying to remedy the issue brought on by an increasingly aging population became the highest priority of the Japanese government. Attempts to address all this, while also creating new jobs, resulted in the birth of a questionable new business venture: the disposal of the elderly.
Why do you look like Dr. Venture?
Give it your best, Rusty.
God. Ah! He sounds pathetic.
Who wants this?
Momo, Eva?
I guess I could. I'll give her a southern accent. My terrible southern accent. Sorry, Akane. Wow,
It's all
nice shot. You're on fire today.
I won't get much practice out of this if they keep moving so slow, though.
I'm really bad with accents, but I wanted to do
Nah, it's alright.
you with the actual, like, southern accent.
Hey, Eva. If you should probably go watch our Utawareru Mono Mask of Deception playthrough, because I had to do one for an extended period of time.
Okay.
I just realized.
Because Atui's father had to be the most southern man to ever southern.
And you know what's crazy is like when I'm reading these things, the accent really doesn't come out too bad. It's just when I talk normally. But I had to force Atui to come out, and so I had to make it even more southern. I had to go
Extra
Southern Belle with it, basically.
You know I love the southern accent so much. Ah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you so sweet.
Sorry, I just wanted to point out that neon sign on the left, the cowboy. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the Victor neon sign in Las Vegas. Or at least it's based on it.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Like, it reminds me of something else. Right?
God, I'm looking and I see like the fucking Tokyo Big Shot Convention Center in the background. a Las Vegas thing on the left and Russian text in Cyrillic text front and center. And it's like, yep, Japan, America, Russia, those are the like 3 biggest countries around here.
Are you telling me that
I mean, within the
They turned-
post-apocalyptic Tokyo. If you remember, like, one area of Japan is just entirely Russian mob.
you're telling me that there is a Russian Fremont Street in Japan that is built around killing the elderly?
Yep.
Yes.
It's not strictly a Russian thing in this future. It's literally, it's just, well, if you're elderly, that's illegal, so we need to get rid of you.
You're old. It's time to go.
You're not able to contribute to society, so we're not going to let you drain our resources.
That's terrible.
It is.
It reminds me of fucking Freedom Wars, actually. Freedom Wars Remastered is available on Steam. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's a kick-ass game. Go get it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Or wait for
Only
them to
we're
update it
sponsored.
to be less buggy.
Knowing my luck, I would get all the bugs. All of them.
The very sight of it made me sick. The people here are the illegal elderly who could no longer afford to pay taxes and were forcibly detained by the debt collection department. In today's society, the older you are, the more you're taxed. For those without savings, this is nothing short of a death sentence. In the elderly disposal zone, regulations on firearms are relaxed, meaning people can just buy the illegal elderly and shoot them like they're moving bullseye targets. The illegal elderly are monetized in other ways as well. For example, some premium channels air programs featuring physically enhanced martial artists beating the elderly to death with their bare fists. Oh, how terrible. The revenue earned from these ventures is channeled towards aiding children's healthcare and education.
I feel like while that part's good, it doesn't justify the rest of it.
You know, yeah. It's still horrible. Don't get me wrong. The elderly are forced to die so we can provide a future for the youth. The world's fucked up. It's been fucked up. Which is why it's important to try and build systems that keep society functioning no matter the cost. At least you could try to justify it like that. Either way, I feel a chill rush through my body every time I come to this place. Hashoo! Man, screw this cold! Let's get this over with as quickly as possible. I keep walking as the gunshots continue to ring out behind me. The seaside winds carry a distinct chill, making my body shiver even under multiple layers of cold-resistant gear. To my left towers the fortress, an adult amusement park stocked with an endless variety of sexroids. To my right in the distance, I can just barely make out the floating artificial island of the Tokyo Megafloat. Populated by the energy elite, it remains a genuine paradise in this otherwise frozen world. It employs a high-tech security system called the Advanced Aegis System, preventing all all unauthorized entry from the outside. Even my old man, despite being kind of a big shot at the military police, has only been allowed inside a total of 3 times. Sofia Kawarazaki, CEO of the Empire Energy Corp, and de facto leader of the Megafloat, has come to be treated as an elusive, almost divine figure. She is in a completely different league compared to a certain vice governor, whose naked corpse was found discarded in the cold, freezing water. That's right. I'm standing at the very site where the vice governor's body was discovered. It was Kiri who tipped me off before we parted ways. She told me the body of the guy we've been searching for was found in the waters of Tokyo Bay. Oh, here he comes. A worker starts using a small crane to lift the body out of the water. Using sturdy wires made from synthetic spider silk, his bulbous flesh, now white and pallid, is slowly pulled out like a hull of fish. His body itself has yet to begin decomposing. It probably hasn't been that long since he died, even accounting for the freezing temperatures of the water. Gruesome injuries decorate the corpse, evidence of severe physical abuse. Fucking gruesome. Judging by the vice governor's wounds, whoever did this wasn't aiming to kill him as quickly and efficiently as possible. Having said that, there are more effective means to torture if you just want to extract information. His penis, for example, has been burned off at the base. The intention was to minimize the loss of blood. This was done by a person who had an intricate grasp of the line that separates life and death, and finds enjoyment in watching others straddle it. Unlike 100 years ago, Tokyo is now surrounded by nothing but endless wastelands, and we even have bacteria bred for the exclusive purpose of breaking down dead bodies. They could have also turned the vice governor into an obedient hi-fi living dead in order to inflict political damage from the inside. But they didn't attempt any of that, and instead discarded his corpse into the ocean. It just reeks of sloppiness.
Wild, because you haven't really gotten to do anything yet.
You there. Holy shit, I had something in my throat.
Works perfectly.
I turn around after being addressed and notice a well-built military police officer headed my way. As he approaches me, I can feel his nasal breath on my skin.
Oh shit, that worked.
He stinks.
You have to leave, now.
You sure about that? I show him my ID. Living dead stalkers are permitted into crime scenes if the case in question concerns a necromancer. At least that's how it is on paper.
I've been given explicit orders not to let anyone through.
Huh? Hold up a sec. I'm legally allowed to.
We do not have reason to suspect that necromancers were involved with the case. In other words, you and your ilk hold no authority here.
The hell? You gotta be kidding me!
You dare defy the military police? Perhaps they'll change your tune once your license is confiscated. Better yet, I could make an example out of you right here and now.
Oh. He's got balls. I'm kinda liking that idea. You see, I do happen to enjoy using violence to bend people to my will.
You're going to regret that.
I deliver a quick, clean strike to his nether region. Oh, would you look at that? My hand slipped.
Your mic can barely pick up your voice.
It's probably your Chris.
For disrespecting the military police!
Still groaning like a baby, the officer draws his gun. What is that? An officer aiming his gun at an innocent civilian? Looks like someone needs an ass kicking.
Stop right there.
Huh? Cosima? Wow, she's everywhere. What a busy little bee.
Stand aside, Captain Nagisa. I'll deal with this insolent worm personally.
Didn't you see the name on her ID? This is Kibanohara Efika. She's the Major General's daughter.
Major General Kimanhara's daughter?
Hearing my old man's name immediately makes the officer shrink back. Man, come on. See, this is why I can't stand people who bend over for authority.
Efika, don't think you're not at fault here.
Huh? Gonna scold me too?
Of course I am. You lay another finger on him and you can kiss your license goodbye.
Well, I guess she's not wrong about that.
This area is under our control. You need to leave.
Can't we just talk this out like...
Now!
Cosima starts actively pushing me away from the crime scene. Hey now, hands off my boobs! You just might end up turning me on. Wait, what's this?
You need to go right now. Otherwise, I'll be forced to report this to Major General Kibanohara and...
Okay, I'm leaving. Jeez. I do as Cosima asked me to.
I don't want to see you face around here ever again.
The feeling's mutual, buddy. Plus, you stink. Well then. I walk back to my car and attempt to give Ryoko a call. Huh. Weird. I still can't reach her. I'm used to working solo, so I guess it's no big deal. Besides, I can just leave a message. She must have her hands full with something else. In which case, I suppose I'll just go ahead and do it. No big deal, right? Yeah, no big deal. Let's just go with that. I pull out a small holographic cube from my cleavage. Cosima dropped it between my boobs when she was pushing me off the crime scene. She was willing to hand over some info in exchange for me backing off. Maybe they found a message from the culprit along with the vice governor's body, and Kazuma made a copy in secret? Only one way to find out. I linked up my hologlasses with the cube in order to have a look at its contents.
Sophia Kawarazaki sits in her office at the main Empire Energy Corp building, located within the Tokyo Megafloat, reviewing the data Major General Kibanohara Hokuyasu has just sent her via the Metropolitan Assembly. Do we remember who had Sophia?
Was that the news reporter?
She's not a news reporter.
Well, she was on the news screen, right?
Yeah,
Eva.
hang on, I've
That
got
was
I've
Eva.
got it here. Yeah, it's Eva.
Who was it?
And
Oh,
it-
it's me.
And if Eva's
Oh,
not
she looks-
here, it's Connie.
Okay, I'm still here.
I'm so happy. I'm still here.
I'm still here. I haven't left yet.
Thank goodness.
Hold on, I forgot how I did her voice.
Well, hang on. Let me send you. Let's see here.
Was she mommy or like? I think
Here you go.
so, right?
Here you go.
Okay, hold on. Let me take a peek. Oh, she's the CEO. Oh, she was on the screen.
Yep.
Okay, I remember. I remember her now. She looks different, not like in the RC TV television.
She's in your favorite color.
green. Okay. Give me 1 second to remember how to do her voice. Absolutely deplorable.
She
spits.
spits,
What was I?
averting her gaze from the display in front of her. Sophia had no love for the man. An avaricious rake without a shred of principles, he was essentially handed the title of vice governor on a silver platter. He gained the support of his peers purely because he was viewed as conveniently incompetent, unable and unwilling to obstruct the existing political machine. He could have very well become an obstacle to Sophia's own plans. But even then, he didn't deserve to be disposed of like this. It's enough to churn one's stomach.
Are the suicide wannabes responsible for this?
Ah, yes. Who did we have voicing Yamanuma? Eternal Father. Well, since he is not present, Wild, will you take
All right, it's only fair.
will you take Yamanuma?
What kind of voice has he got?
Oh, weird. He's not.
Damn, is he others male? Damn.
そのように考えております。
Ooh.
Okay, sure, why not?
Give me the closest to this you can.
No. I can't do that.
Eva just made me want to go.
Good luck, buddy.
I would do it myself, but there's scenes with him and Soun, and I don't want to be talking to myself.
Fuck it, I can't do that register, but let's go.
It would appear so, yes.
I'm sorry that my voice goes so deep.
Deep.
It would appear to be so, yes. Also, that
Yeah, okay.
sounds so much like my Milgram voice too. So it's like,
Can't have it.
All right, one more time.
Oh God. Okay.
It would appear so, yes.
Milgram and his followers have been carrying out acts of terrorism against the Empire Energy Corp for some time now. As advocates of the Grave Crusade, they violently oppose any organization that attempts to breathe new life into Tokyo.
And what of this Hogo area? Is that a good voice for her, by the way? Should I? Association?
We believe she used to be a test subject at the Ikebukuro CPC.
If you could try to girl boss it up a little bit more.
Okay, gaslight girl boss.
So let's hear it.
Gaslight.
Yes, girl boss. Let's fucking go.
Yes, Queen.
Oh gosh, what does a girl boss sound like?
You know what it sounds like? Let your
You-
inner
you
girl
know what?
boss go out.
You know what? Momo.
Huh?
Remember Rose Guns days?
Yeah.
Wasn't that her sexy voice?
Yes.
Okay, but my apparently my boss turns into mommies, so I don't know.
But Momo, if you could read this as that one character.
Stella?
Yeah, as Stella,
Oh my God.
as an example.
You're putting me on the spot here. This is so embarrassing. Do you know that?
Is it?
A little
Make everybody
bit.
drool, like make everybody drool.
Can I talk about something for a second? I'm too scared. Give me like
Okay, do
2
you want me to
seconds.
try? Do you want me to try? Hold on. And what if this? Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me try. Hold on, let me try it again. And what of this Hogo area? Is that what you mean? Like, is that what you mean? Do you want it like
That's
sexier?
that's closer actually.
Okay. Okay. And closer? But what do you need now?
All right, hang on. Since Momo's not going to, I don't
I
want
was
to.
too
I
scared.
don't want to put Momo.
It's
on the
fine now. It's
spotlight.
fine now.
Well, I sent her the
I
clip.
can try.
I'm sorry.
Poor Momo, it's
Why are you
okay.
so-
It's okay.
Never mind.
Listen,
then.
apparently all mine turns into mommy voice apparently.
I mean, I can try. I was just a bit scared for a second. I wasn't expecting this. You know? I wasn't
Mentally
prepared.
Yeah,
I wasn't
no, that's
prepared
that's,
to
that's
say
fair.
what of this.
Oh, here, I'm gonna list. Oh, okay. I see what you want. I was listening to the clip. Oh,
Not
so
exactly that, but that's close.
Okay, so let me just try again. So like
She's definitely on the more mysterious side
okay.
because
okay,
because she's incredibly secretive. She lives on this, floating island in the middle of Tokyo Bay, and the only thing anyone on the outside sees of her are the little commercials that she puts out.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me just try one more time. My bad. And what if this Hogo area? Is that still too soft? Is that
No,
good?
that's good. That's good. All right.
Have more confidence, girl. It's okay. We're all friends here.
Okay!
Yes.
All right, Yamanuma.
Wait, okay.
We believe she used to be a test subject at the Ikebukuro CPC.
The Ikebukuro CPC. Merely hearing the name of that accursed place makes Sophia wince. In the past, the Empire Energy Corp conducted experiments on great numbers of orphans in the interest of realizing their mass manipulation technology. Sophia was appointed CEO of Empire Energy a mere 2 years ago. It was then that she first became aware of the more sordid side of the company.
Any data on the results of her experiments?
No records remain, I'm afraid. They were likely covered up by Kurushima Michiya, the facility's supervisor.
And why didn't the suicide wannabes mention her in particular?
We're not certain.
Then find out.
Oh, that's yeah. This right here issues her command in a tone that suffers no argument. So it's very snappy, like it's an order.
Okay. Then find out. Is that better?
Yes. Sophia issues her command in a tone that suffers no argument.
You know, I love how you and Momo are just both was like, it's a serious moment.
I get the nervous laughter.
I love it.
The completion of the Tokyo Rebirth Project is at hand. We cannot allow the likes of Milgram to stand. We cannot allow the likes of Milgram to stand in our way.
Yes, ma'am.
Sophia turns her gaze toward the window. Beyond snow and sea, the dark, ominous outline of the Tokyo cityscape looms in the distance like a sinister necropolis. Its only salvation is the Tokyo Rebirth Project. Failure is not an option. Order and progress must triumph. Mankind must persevere.
Wow! So this is Sensoji.
The Sensoji is the oldest surviving Buddhist temple in Tokyo. When the Sino-American War devastated the Kanto region, the Kaminarimon, the iconic gate leading to the Sensoji, was also destroyed. Its steel-reinforced structure saved the gate from being completely lost, but what did remain of it was painfully far cry from its original splendor. Some expected it to be demolished, while others advocated for keeping the structure as it was to remind future generations of the tragedies wrought by the Sino-American War. And yes, Safi, that is an excellent reference.
Oh. Okay, actually, I do have to go.
Yes.
Thank you all. Yeah, thanks.
It's
for...
been well over an hour. Thank you for extending your time a little bit.
No, and thank you for coaching me. I'll look up to that reference and like try to practice being a
Just
more
have fun with
sexy,
it.
sexy, confident, girl boss, gaslight girl boss.
Well, just as long as you don't make it sound like a mommy, apparently.
I mean, the sultry is not really what we want, but but me saying that nudges you into the right direction.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, push.
I'll get better, I promise. I like trying to do like something different than my normal voice.
That's the goal.
That's the fun part.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Anyways, I'll see you guys.
Take care.
See you. Bye.
Bye.
I'll have it lurking. See you guys.
Okay. In the end, Tokyo's governor at the time opted to rebuild it using pipes. Today, it is known as the Cyber Kaminarimon, standing as a symbol of modern Tokyo, the city of pipes.
This is the peak. What's it? Japonism?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is peak Japonism? Hey, wanna
That's
go
not a
check out
question.
the? Hey. Japonism! Hey, wanna go check out those shops?
We didn't come here to sightsee. Having said that, Asakusa does boast an exceptionally low crime rate, so I can afford to relax a bit. When political factions in Tokyo were still scrambling to rebuild order following the war, the Shitamachi network was the first to seize the initiative. Distancing themselves from the inner Yamanote line and its rapid multinationalization, they strove to represent the unity and solidarity of traditional Japan. Ultimately, their principles bore fruit. By running a hot pipeline between the main pipe and the subway, Asakusa managed to secure enough thermal energy to flourish into a district that now houses some of the city's most affluent citizens. Ethica used to live around here too, if memory serves.
Whoa! They're like ninjas!
Iria notices some augmented rickshaw pullers. Although their augmentations aren't quite as advanced as ours, their running speed is still nothing to scoff at. We also see chair bearers with civilian exoskeletons, as well as a group of bodysuit-wearing samurai employed by a private security firm. Asakusa sought a perfect marriage of the high-tech and the traditional, but ultimately the results come across as somewhat comedic.
Let's hurry up and finish what we came here so we can have some fun!
Agreed. Despite the area being a bit of a tourist spot, most of what you'll find is just endless lines of souvenir shops. The Nyorionkaku, which serves as the main building of the Tokyo Metropolitan Assembly, is off limits to civilians, with no sightseeing allowed. The only suitable place for recreation would be the small amusement park nearby. We came to Asakusa in order to follow the trail of Kurushima Michiya. We already know exactly which building and apartment number we're looking for based on the data we've extracted from Konsu's PC. Kurushima may have been gone for over a year, but we should still be able to find plenty of people around here who might know what happened to him. With that in mind, our next course of action should be... we should probably gather information from the locals.
Great idea! God, I've always wanted to do this!
I'm assuming it's a frequently occurring scene in the anime she watches.
Alright, let's go!
As lively as ever, Iria starts pulling me by the sleeve of my jacket. I take a quick look at my Konri to double check the address, then head off in the direction of Kurushima Michiya's apartment building. Two hours later.
So, you okay?
Yeah, it's just that I feel a little exhausted.
Oh? How come? She was the sweetest old lady!
She's not wrong. The elderly woman we tried to interrogate was almost unusually kind toward us. The majority of the people living at Kurushima Michiya's apartment building are dutiful, high-earning taxpayers. Outside visitors are rare, with a state-of-the-art security system keeping the complex locked up tight. It only follows they'd be positively starving for even the tiniest morsel of juicy gossip. As a result, the two of us ended up having to keep a local old lady and all her friends company for what felt like an eternity. Based on what we've been told, Kurushima kept to himself, being relatively isolated from the rest of the community. The elderly residents were aware that someone called Kurushima Michiya lived in their apartment building, but chose not to stick their noses into his affairs. Other than that, our conversation with the inhabitants didn't yield any worthwhile information. They went off on tangent after tangent, and before we knew it, 2 whole hours had already passed. I'm amazed. You're a natural talker.
I guess never had a hard time getting along with people.
In a town like this, where people deceive each other on a daily basis, being able to hold an honest conversation with a stranger is a rare skill. Yet, after a mere 2 hours, the old ladies of that apartment building ended up treating Iria like their very own granddaughter. Some of them were in actual tears when it was finally time for us to go, and even tried to give Iria a bit of pocket money before sending her off. Iria may well possess a unique talent for capturing the hearts of all those around her.
You really shouldn't participate. What? Oh, you really should have participated a bit more yourself, you know.
I've always let Ryoko handle external negotiations.
You would have totally been in your element if they'd been the living dead, though, right?
Right. If those old ladies had been living dead, I would have kicked the door open the moment they turned the key in the lock. Fired 2 shots as they staggered back, then looked toward the hallway to see if there were any more coming. If there were, I would prioritize re-eliminating them first, then...
So, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
If you say so.
I sense danger from above. I immediately grab Iria by the arm and pull her into an embrace to protect her. At the same time, I unholster one of my guns and aim it in the direction I sense danger from. A deafening sound, like that of a massive body of steel slamming against thick concrete, resounds in the air around us. Beyond the crowd of onlookers, I can just barely make out several metallic legs. Did a pipe runner crash into the ground from above? Mere seconds after I realize what has occurred, my vision is clouded by white smoke. The pipe runner must have collided with the pipe during its fall, releasing a cloud of hot, scalding steam onto the streets. Get back! I hurriedly back away from the area while still shielding Iria with my body. My reflexes don't fail me. We managed to put enough distance between ourselves and the crash site to avoid being burned.
Oh.
Yeah, we didn't get most of that.
I would think it was quite natural.
Birds! Ah!
Countless people who weren't as lucky as us come stumbling out of the steam cloud with their faces contorted in pain.
So on.
Iria tightens her grip around my waist. Don't worry, they weren't close enough for it to be lethal. There shouldn't be any lasting injuries if they make it to a hospital. For a tourist spot, there were actually a surprisingly low amount of people caught in it. We should be thankful for that, at least.
I see.
Iria, you're not hurt, are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Solon.
I was only doing my job.
But if it hadn't been your job, you wouldn't have protected me?
Iria asks, furrowing her brow. What? I have to take a moment to think. What if she wasn't my client, but rather a friend? Wait, is she a friend? No, she's more like...
Wow, I can't believe you actually give it a serious thought.
Let's forget about me for a moment. Your clothes are soaked.
Huh? What?
Her shirt's become almost completely see-through from all the water it's absorbed. Her drenched clothes have stuck to her body, revealing all her curves and even part of her underwear. She can't stay like this. Luckily for us, there should be a clothing store around here. I take a quick look around. Sure enough, I spot a clothing vendor among all the other shops.
Oh, that's good. Let's go buy some clothes then.
The two of us push our way through the crowd of people, with me taking point. The gathered onlookers have grown surprisingly agitated since the pipe runner fell. It doesn't help that this place is a busy tourist spot to begin with. Moving around at a steady pace isn't exactly easy. But right now, even the tumult of the crowd feels distant to me. If it hadn't been my job, would I have protected Iria? I probably would have. But that's not the part that bothers me. If Iria ever regains all her memories, how will that affect our relationship? With no shared goal to connect us, would we suddenly treat each other as complete strangers? Or end up bonding over the unusual circumstances we both had to endure? Would it be better for her not to remember? Or should I just treat this as yet another job and coldly fulfill my obligations? According to Konsu, Iria is showing a particular interest in me. I dismissed it at the time, though. Why is that? Do I fear being loved? Do I not feel worthy of such a thing? Or could it be that... Huh? I've lost sight of Iria. How could I have been so careless? I'm a complete failure of a bodyguard. I take a quick look around. The streets are still packed with people panicking about the hot steam. It would take a considerable amount of effort to try and find Iria in this crowd. Can't exactly retrace my steps either. At least not when I'm surrounded by this many people. Besides, she might have gone off into a side street to get around the crowd. It would only complicate things further if we ended up missing each other. Also, Iria knows which clothing store to come to. I doubt Milgram would be bold enough to attack her in this crowd, so it's probably best if I just wait for her to arrive. Leaving the tumult of the streets behind me, I make my way into the store. Just as I'm about to use my konri to try and contact Iria, I sense someone's presence behind me.
So,
It's Iria, standing by the entrance with an annoyed look on her face.
let me guess. You thought I got lost in the crowd.
How did you get here before me?
Don't know.
You use this by...
I learned how at the pool.
Iria enters a nearby pod. A lot of clothing shops these days have no clerks at all. Instead, what awaits you in each store is a long row of 3D scanners. They can print whatever clothes you've picked right there on the spot. I patiently wait for Iria to finish the scanning and printing process. I look down at my konri. I'm still not getting through to Ryoko. Might as well just send her a mail explaining the situation. Noticing her shadow looming over me, I look up and realize that Iria's already finished changing. Oh, did your clothes finish drying?
No, I just had this thing print a duplicate.
You could have picked out something cute, though. I mean, we did come all this way.
What? You think the shirt I'm wearing right now isn't cute?
I take a long, hard look at Iria's chest. Her shirt reads Lightspeed Garion. Not really, no.
Are you for real? Garium's awesome, though! You have any idea how fast he is? You reached out to push that start button and boom! He's already up and raring to go. It's great!
I'm not sure if I follow. Iria lets loose what seems like the longest sigh of her entire life. She's clearly disappointed with my answer. I might come around to it if I watch a few episodes.
Gotcha. Get ready for an all-weekend Guruma marathon then, and no chickening out!
Iria proclaims, pointing a finger at me. Really
Yeah,
makes
drink
me
that
wonder
water.
exactly what kind of anime this Lightspeed Garium is. Is it like that obviously coming through the mic?
No, your paws made it though.
Okay. Honestly, I can't even begin to imagine.
Ooh, that look good.
Although we're momentarily tempted by a flashy sign that reads, "Try our green curry udon, a new Asakusa specialty," Iri and I ultimately end up heading to a local Doom Doom Burger instead. Doom Doom Burger, huh? The most popular fast food chain in Tokyo. The ordering process is entirely automated. You're guaranteed to receive your food within 30 seconds of tapping the screen. We pick a two-seater table and sit down facing each other.
Is this where you order?
Yuria asks, glancing around. Yeah. Accepting orders via touch panel is how the majority of these fast food chains operate.
Wow. So this is how you... Whoa, that was fast!
Ah yes, the Doom Doom on the fries has changed to Wood Wood.
That sounds gross.
Maybe.
Yum yum.
Slurp.
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Yo.
Before she can even finish her sentence, the automatic delivery system brings her food to the table. Iria looks surprised, but this is the speed people expect from a restaurant like this.
Hey, mind if I go ahead and eat?
That one thing that looks like a machete and a gun that pops up on the screen there that says Voorhees has... Yeah, there it is.
That's
Holy
funny.
shit, is that Cypher's gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII?
Not quite.
I was thinking more of Jason.
I mean, yeah, because the name
No,
Voorhees.
because Cypher's was literally a Beretta taped to a sword instead of Squall's, which is actually like a singular weapon. Cypher's, if you look at it, it's just a fucking Beretta that has like a knife at the end of it.
It's close, but it's not quite that. Not at all. Also, shop smart. Shop S-Mart. For any Evil Dead fans out there. Because when the Voorhees
I
thing
didn't
pops
catch
up.
that.
Yeah, because when the Voorhees thing pops up, the screens next to it say S-Mart. There it is.
Noise.
Great.
Okay, here we go! Not bad!
The burgers here are made from synthetic meat and tower vegetables grown at vertical farms. If you eat them while they're still warm, the taste is actually not half bad. It pales in comparison to Ryoko's homemade cooking, but we're more than used to it at this point. Iria, on the other hand, seems to be eating fast food for the first time.
Oh! It's Subcon! Sorry.
An image of Tokyo's elusive digital songstress shows up on the touchscreen we used to order our food earlier. She's not hacking into it in real time. It's pre-recorded footage, which allows us to quietly sit there and admire her performance. Fragmented lyrics accompanied by a melody that sounds cobbled together. Her music is by no means a flawless, polished work of art. One might even say it feels a touch amateurish, and yet it's managed to capture the hearts of Tokyo's citizenry. Who could have created her? For what purpose does she sing? And how can she hack into every electronic device in the city? Some say she's the ghost of a digital fairy that was awarded a certificate of residence a good century ago. Others claim she's a form of large-scale propaganda created by the Empire Energy Corp. The storm of hearsay and rumors circulating around Subcon only serves to deepen the mystery of her background. Iria listens intently to the song, her gaze fixated on her tone graph.
Hold up a sec. I think she's singing about Midnight Shores.
Midnight Shores, the VR program created by Hogyo Iria. I strain my ears to try and pick up on the lyrics, but it all sounds entirely too abstract, like a bunch of words and phrases strewn together at random. To me, it feels more than a little far-fetched to try and connect these lyrics with Iria's VR program. Isn't that a bit of a stretch?
Huh? No way! I hear it in my ghost. I think it was...
Iria keeps staring at the rainbow-colored web of data displayed by her Konrei.
God, it's on the tip of my tongue!
Don't force yourself. We'll figure things out eventually. It's not like me to offer baseless words of consolation. Can we really figure this out? And will I be able to protect Iria should Milgram attack us again? I recall the events of that day. My CQAMA was no match for his skills. The sheer power of his anti-armor suit, combined with the impeccable movements of his psi pistols. I was at his mercy from beginning to end. And that gaze of his. Milgram knew my father. And, call it a hunch, my mother as well.
Su'un.
You keep mixing
Changing.
up the syllable sounds.
I know. What's wrong? You're spacing out again.
I'm okay. I was just taken in by the music.
Huh? By that music?
The screen has been playing something else for a while now. Specifically, a song by Sukiyaki Daisuke, a fully digital Enka rapper. Enka rapper? What? Well, I'm struggling to even imagine what that sounds like. He's accompanied by an assortment of background dancer ninjas, all wearing black suits and wielding carbon katana. Sukiyaki Daisuke isn't just a singer. He's also the head of an underground assassin guild called the Deconstruction Ninjas, or so his personal lore goes. According to the guild, the essence of the ninja is ever-changing. As long as one's heart is in the right place, they need no uniform, katana, or even shurikens. Indeed, even someone in a suit can walk the path of the ninja.
Kind of an odd duck, if you ask me.
The fact that Soun knows this much about him probably means that he's actually a fan. On that point, I certainly agree. Yeah, he's cringe, but he's free.
Indeed. So, we're going up against a laboratory, which means we'll have to take extra measures to strengthen our security going forward. Being constantly on the defensive isn't really my style, though. Good thing I'm a living dead stalker. My job is to put down necromancers. There's only one problem. How do we track down Milgram and his men? When in doubt, turn to Khonsu. Perfectly sound logic, which is why I'm headed towards Snowbound Nirvana. Hell, I might even meet up with Son and Iria there. I'm not just looking for an excuse to see Sue, okay? And I'm definitely not thinking about giving her a bit of tender lovin'. Really, I'm not. Scout's honor! Hiya, are Son and Iria around? Hey. Listen up, you masochistic pig! Huh? That's weird. A little verbal abuse usually never fails to snap her back to reality. Sue continues intently staring at her monitors like I'm not even here. I walk up to her and give her shoulder a tap.
Huh?
It nearly makes her fall off her seat, but I act just in time to catch her. You okay, Sue?
Oh, Ethica. Do you have any business with me?
Nah, I just came over to see how you were doing.
I'm doing fine.
Is she, though? An unfinished pack of noodles sits forgotten on her desk. Did something happen with Son and Iria?
No, I mean...
Oh, she's getting pretty flustered. Not enough to make her any more talkative, though. Iria's a real cutie, isn't she?
Iria. Hokyo Iria.
Sue repeats the name like someone trying to remember a fading dream.
Ethica? Do you like Iria?
Oh, she came here with Son, right? She's a charming girl, no question about that. If Son hadn't been around, I might have even made a move on her.
Her memories still haven't returned, have they?
Well, we can do what we can to help her. So she's actually been remembering bits and pieces.
And?
What do you mean?
Is she happy?
Of course. She's like a little angel. I answer without a shred of hesitation. I've never seen anyone more full of life.
In that case...
Like I said, though, she really is like an angel. She floats high above us in the clouds. Who knows when she might fly off? Makes you really wish you could grab her by the wings just to show her the joys of life down here on Earth. You know?
I
Sue hangs her head low. Low enough to completely hide her expression. After chewing it over multiple times in her mind, she finally musters the courage to speak up.
I love machines. I even want to become one.
That puts some pieces into place. Explains why she gets along so well with Sohn. Meanwhile, I'm the sort of girl who wears her heart on her sleeve. That might be a little uncomfortable for her. I should probably think twice about getting too touchy-feely here. Actually, wait just a gosh darn second. I wouldn't be Kiba Nohara Ethica if I didn't put emotions front and center, would I? Here's what I think, Sue. Even machines can have feelings, you know.
Huh?
They say spirits can dwell in objects, right? It could be your favorite teacup or anything else. If you've been taking good care of it over a long period of time, it'll grow its own little soul.
That's nothing but an old folk belief.
Don't write it off like that. Like, take your Conry. It's practically become part of your body at this point. It could very well house a soul or two. It's just that it's got no way to properly communicate its feelings. It's more fun to view things that way, don't you think? I don't realize the true weight of my words until I'm finished speaking them. Everything I've just said applies perfectly to the trembling young girl sitting in front of me right now. So, look. I put an arm around her shoulders. She's so frail and cold. I gotta warm her up. You don't have to keep it all bottled up inside, okay? She's trembling like a leaf. I can feel her sobbing. I'm not gonna ask. I know you can't talk about it. But you're not the only one. We all have our reasons for stuff. Like how you choose to hunker down out here in the middle of nowhere. Or how you're actually able to talk properly but trained yourself to intentionally stutter. I'm not gonna ask, and I'm not gonna pry. There's no shortage of people who want nothing more than to leave their past behind them. But if you ever feel like the past becoming too much to handle on your own, and you come to a point where you think you're ready to bare your heart to someone, when that time comes, I'd be more than happy to lend an ear. I mean that. I really do.
Vika. Thank you.
Don't mention it. I stand up and walk over to the sink. Sue's fridge is always packed with cold drinks, but I think the occasion calls for something warm. We drink our cups of Chinese tea in silence. Looks like Sue's finally managed to calm down a bit. There's still a shadow over her features, though. I think I know just the thing to cheer her up with. Sue? Let's go on a date.
Huh?
You don't wanna?
It's not that.
Cool, then it's settled. Let's go.
But it's getting late.
Which is why we need to hurry. I dance towards the entrance like it's someone in a I dance towards the entrance like someone in a musical. Come on! Beyond this door lies a world filled with...
Magical.
What is it, Sue? Stu stands up and faces me.
Thank you.
She smiles. Amazing. I'm so happy. I've never seen her smile like that.
Yeah, no, those are genuine. It's supposed to be genuine. So, could you try that again?
Alright. Amazing. I'm so happy. I've never seen her smile like that.
But we can't go on a date.
Huh? Why not? It'd be loads of fun.
Because you're already in love with someone else.
That obvious, huh?
Yeah. I could tell.
I see. Bit of a shame, though. There's something different about Sue now that we've had our little heart-to-heart. She feels... closer, somehow. Cuter, too. I could totally fall for her.
But if you're concerned about me... Huh? This can't be.
Did I, do something? I feel like we've just gone from sworn lovers to complete strangers in the span of 5 seconds. Sue, you okay?
Yeah, someone said you guys ran into Milligram the other day. How did that go?
Yeah, right. About that. I actually went toe-to-toe with a pretty beefy hi-fi. It probably belonged to the suicide wannabes. It got me good, the son of a bitch. The next time I came to, I was lying in a hospital bed. Don't worry, Tokitaka shot the bastard dead and the military police hooked me up with all the spare organs I need. They told me not to overexert my body for a while, so... Well, it's not like I'm saying I was just raring for some sex or anything, you know? Then again, I've never been one to heed my doctor's instructions. Still... It's probably best I let it go for now. Sue definitely looks like she wants to be left alone. I should go. But if anything comes up, don't hesitate to call me, okay? I'll fly to your side in a nanosecond. As much as it pains me to leave her, I end up doing just that. I make sure to head towards the exit with slow, deliberate movements. Sue, however, remains silent and doesn't even try to stop me.
I don't like the way Sue's been reacting to Soun and Ethica. You know?
Has been weird.
It's been a little odd, yeah.
It takes longer to finish eating than I anticipated. The conversation with the old ladies must have left me listless. When we step back out onto the streets, it's already gotten dark.
Wow! Look how pretty it is!
The Sensoji remains a prime destination for tourists even now. The multitude of twisting hot pipes covering it do little to tarnish the inherent beauty of the lit-up Kaminarimon at night.
Hey, can we go check out the shops over there?
We're running short on time.
Just a quick little peek? Pretty please?
Okay, fine. I suppose we might as well.
Awesome!
I attempt to call Ryoko to let her know that we'll be running a touch late. That's odd. I'm still not getting through to her. She did reply to my message, though.
Come on, Soun! This way!
Oh, sorry. I'm coming. I hastily sent Ryoko another message and hurry after Iria.
Wow! Check out those dangos! They look amazing! God! And that... taiyaki? Oh, are those deep-fried mandu? And what's this? Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. Whoa! Have a look at that!
Iria skips and hops from store to store with the energy of a kid at Christmas. I noticed that, like, Iria's face was accurately changing depending on what you were saying.
That was kind of creepy. Because I was not expecting that.
Well, it's because the face is changing with the timing of, like, the actual voiced dialogue. You just happen to be doing it perfectly.
Y'all, yay.
Iria skips and hops from store to store with the energy of a kid at Christmas.
That looks so good.
Didn't you just eat a whole hamburger?
There's always room here for sweets.
Iria proclaims, slapping her stomach as she dances amid the crowd. Seeing her like this really warms my heart. If only this moment could last forever. Warm, syrupy, sweet lie, or the cold, harsh truth. Perhaps it'd be better for Iria never to regain her memories. After a long day, it's finally time to head back to the agency. Are you feeling okay? You ate a whole lot.
Not to worry, I left some room in for dinner.
Understandable, considering Ryoko's culinary skills. I'm plenty full myself, but when I think about Ryoko's homemade dishes, even I start to feel like I could still wolf down another serving or two. I could get used to days like this.
Soun!
Iria takes a long, hard look at my face.
Are you still feeling down?
What?
So, Milgram, I think he's called. I get that he's, like, really strong. But here's the thing. You actually managed to keep me safe from him.
She's got it all wrong. Mitsumi's the one who protected us.
So cheer up! Don't let the bad thoughts take over. You gotta stay positive.
Did I really look that depressed?
Wait, you didn't realize how you were acting?
I didn't. In fact, I had absolutely no idea. Ethica?
I'm not asleep. But you can't exactly call this being awake either. I'm kinda just vacantly staring at the ceiling. God, I feel like shit. And it's not going away. Like droplets of ink diffusing in water, this dark, muddy feeling only continues to spread, enveloping my heart. I'm not exactly proud of it, but I am kind of an idiot. Thinking things through isn't exactly my strong suit. I mean, who wants to sit on their ass all day, thinking? Not me. Am I really fine with things the way they are now, though? I mean, sure, why not? I just go with the flow, you know? I always have. That's been my go-to answer, but really, I've just been running away. I've done all sorts of things to avoid confronting it. Intense training, dates with cute girls, intense sex with cute girls. They help me forget, for a time. But things can't go on like this forever. I know that, goddammit! A lot has happened since Iria entered our lives. Zone's worries, Ryoko's strange absence, Sue's unusual gloominess, Milgram's attack, Dad being an asset, although that's hardly anything new, and Cosmo obeying his every beck and call. As for Kitty and myself, ugh. Ah!
Wild, your main guy's finally on screen.
I was like, whoa, shit, it's been a while, I forgot.
Ethica, you in there?
Yeah, door's open.
Sorry, did I wake you up?
Nah, I'm fine. Tokitaka hasn't changed much, though. He's still the same old dumbass I know and love.
What's with that grin? Is there something on my face?
Oh, sorry, it's nothing.
I've taken your rabbit punch in for repairs. Use the spare one in the meantime.
Alright, cool. Thanks. I can't imagine working without my trusty chainsaw. Fortunately, we keep another one of the exact same type stored away in the armory in cases like this.
Also, Ryoko wants you to come downstairs.
Oh, she's back? Wonder where she's been.
Good question. She didn't tell me anything either. I was a little worried.
Huh. So not even Tokitaka knew. That's surprising.
Iria and Son are back too, by the way. We're going to have dinner then a meeting.
Gotcha. I'll be down in a minute. Yeah, I can't be spending my whole day wasting away like this. The rest of the gang's already assembled when I arrive. But what catches my attention is... Smells like heaven in here.
I managed to get my hands on a set of rare spices earlier today, so I made some curry.
Hell yeah, I love your homemade curry!
You're acting like a child.
Iria doesn't seem to share in my excitement. I mean, sure, maybe I'm overdoing it a little, I'll give her that. But Ryoko's curry is just that good!
Are you sure about this, Iria?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, it's very simple, really. Ryoko's homemade curry is 1 in a million. Once you taste it, you'll be unable to live without it. The likelihood of not getting addicted is a mere 0.02%.
You're just making that up.
Here you go, everyone!
Iria makes an audible gulp. Her eyes are positively glued to her plate of curry. Can't exactly blame her, though. This isn't just any old curry we're talking about. It's Ryoko's very own recipe, made with expert care and tender love. Legend has it that it's actually the reason Ikatsu married her all those years ago.
Well then, dig in, everyone, and have a taste of utter perfection.
Will you pipe down already? I was gonna eat it anyway. Okay, let's give it a try.
Iria takes a bite. Ryoko's homemade curry hits you like a freight train. But beneath all the heat, it does actually have a very flavorful taste. Its masterful balance of umami and spiciness creates a chemical reaction that produces all sorts of
Endogenous.
Yeah. All sorts of endogenous opioids in the brain. Probably.
My mouth is on fire! I need water!
This is a flavor meant for real adults. The pain you feel now is your punishment for that earlier remark. Alright, let's have a taste then. Good! Water! I need water!
Huh? What's gotten into everyone? I stare at the plate of hot, spicy curry sitting ominously on the table. Looks fine to me. Emphasis on looks. I take a spoonful of curry roux and cautiously bring it to my mouth. Huh. It tastes just fine. Tastes like it always does to me. I mean, probably.
Oh no. I agree. Oh no.
I'm glad someone does.
Uh-oh.
Are they dead?
So,
Uh-oh.
you remember back when they talk about the living dead
They're living dead!
Oh shit.
and how their senses get fucked up a little bit?
Oh
So
shit.
they are dead.
Oh no. Ah, shite. Well, I'm glad someone does.
Well, they can't kill themselves.
True enough.
But
Well,
here's the thing. If the curry tastes the same as it always does to our 2 living dead,
That's just going off memory?
then there's probably a 3rd living dead.
Oh no. Oh no 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 no
No!
no 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 no. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Nuh-uh.
Because if it tastes the same as it always does to our 2 living dead stalkers, then the person who made it
No
might
no 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 no
also be.
don't say it. No.
When?
She's been missing. And then just kind of showed back up. Oh, god damn it.
I look over at Ryoko. She doesn't seem to be having any problems eating it either. That's 3 against 2. We win.
Since when is this a competition? Damn it. If I had known it would come to this, I would have measured its Scoville count.
Maybe it's your sense of taste that's changed.
In such a short time? No way that's possible.
Are you pregnant?
Get your head checked.
I actually went to Kasumi Gaseki. Did I say it right? I actually went to Kazuma Gaseki earlier today and bought some spices at Ame Hoko on my way home, but maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
Kasumi Gaseki is home to a whole bunch of Russian info brokers. They use mesh jammers to block out communication devices and prevent information from leaking out, which would explain why I couldn't get through to Ryoko earlier.
Oh.
Oh, God! The heat just killed me!
Okay, wait. That would be a good explanation, though.
Oh, that would be so happy then.
Iria's agonized moans make her sound like a living dead. Once everyone's finished eating and the dishes are put away, we gather back around the table to discuss everything we've learned today. I got a tip that the vice governor's body was discovered at the old Odaiba district, so that's where I headed. The military police insist there are no living dead involved in the case, though.
How very uncooperative.
You can say that again. Good thing Kazuma gave me a little present. I hand the holographic cube over to Ryoko. Apparently it was found on the vice governor's body.
I'll go ahead and play it then.
Wait a sec. I don't think Iria should see this.
I'm watching it.
But if the stuff on this thing is...
I'm watching it!
She's not backing down. I get how she feels, though. Well, whatever. I get the feeling she's a bit too swept up in her own whirlwind romance with Zone to really understand the severity of the situation. Watching this should help her get her feet back on the ground one way or another. I glance at Ryoko and signal for her to play the video file. The footage starts in a filthy room. It looks like it could be any one of the ruined buildings that were abandoned following the war. There's plenty of those littering the area outside of the Yamanote line. The camera's now showing the vice governor. He's still alive and kicking for now.
Let me go! Do you have any idea who I am? I'm the Vice Governor of Tokyo! Are you listening to me? You won't get away with this! It's only a matter of time until the military police has this entire place surrounded! And that's not all! I know people high up in the Empire Energy Corp. Even the likes of you must have heard of them. I'm talking about the SAD, the Empire Energy Corp's very own special task force.
Oh, that could literally be anyone.
I'm familiar with them.
The other person in the room is using a voice changer to mask his identity.
The city of Tokyo has made a private appeal to the Empire Energy Corp to have the SAD dispatched in order to save you.
See? I told you! They'll be here any...
The appeal was ignored.
What? You're lying! I know you are! You can't fool me that easily!
I can hear the sound of a portable tray being pulled closer off camera. The Vice Governor makes a desperate attempt to free himself from his restraints, to no avail. The chair he's in doesn't budge an inch. The mystery man's left hand grabs the Vice Governor by the throat. His thick fingers firmly around the Vice Governor's neck, reaching all the way up to his ears while applying pressure to his Adam's apple.
Oh, it's clearly Pavlov then.
In his right hand is a needle, about 20 centimeters in length. It's extremely thin and hard. There's a holographic cube attached to its tip.
Time to begin.
He pushes the needle into the Vice Governor's skull through his temple. It penetrates his cranium and slowly forces its way into the depths of his brain.
The brain has no pain receptors. Having said that, this might still feel a little peculiar. The tip has reached the exact position of your thalamus. I'm quite good at this, wouldn't you agree?
Without bothering to wait for an answer, the man pushes a second and third needle into the Vice Governor's head. The Vice Governor convulses as each new needle pierces his skull. The man's work continues for several minutes.
That's all of them.
Every single needle has been neatly inserted into the Vice Governor's skull, making him look almost like a live pincushion. As the rainbow-hued lights pulse in unison, a large three-dimensional image shows up on the holo screen.
What is this?
It's your brain. The lit up areas denote intense cerebral activity. The area around the amygdala, located in the limbic system, is chiefly responsible for processing the emotion of fear. As you can see, it's one of the brightest spots on the display.
What the... Why the hell are you doing this?
Let's just say I'm performing a demonstration of sorts. A comrade of mine was kind enough to lend me this.
Huh?
The man pulls out a beautifully curved knife. As he grips the hilt, the blade begins to silently light up, illuminating the dark room. It's what is known as a thermokarambit.
What are you?
Offering no answer, the man grabs the vice governor's hand. He draws the blade closer to his palm, an area of the body that remains soft regardless of how muscular a person is.
Did you enjoy betting all those sexoroids at the fortress? I'm sure you did. You even had a cerebral implant installed to amplify the pleasure you gain from sex. I've taken the liberty of modifying said implant in order to make you exceedingly sensitive to pain.
The man removes his karambit knife from the vice governor's palm. The wound has mostly been cauterized. The blade itself must be hot enough to burn flesh. The intention is to not let him die from blood loss.
When receptors receive stimuli, the pain is converted to electrical signals. Those signals are then transmitted through the nerves of the spinal cord. This creates a reflexive response in your muscles, or it would if you could move your hands right now.
Fuck! What the hell? We had an agreement! God damn it!
Following said reflexive response, the electrical signals travel to the brain. This results in increased activity in the limbic system's amygdala. This is where things get complicated, though. Cerebral activity is not localized to any particular area of the brain. Brain stimulates many different locations throughout it.
Enough! What's even the point of all this?
This time, the man buries his thermokarambit into the vice governor's arm. He makes a long vertical cut along his muscles. Not much blood is spilled, though.
We are necromancers. And as such, we've worked very hard to try and make our undead creations nigh indistinguishable from actual living people. When Lemurus is injected into a person, it causes a partial malfunction in the brain that makes it incapable of producing complex cerebral activity like the one we've just observed. Which is why we must imitate it.
The thermokarambit continues to tear through the vice governor's flesh, agonized screams spilling forth from his lips with every new wound. He's probably no longer in any condition to hear what the man is saying.
Interestingly enough, though, the living dead cannot perfectly imitate the person's ability to express emotion. This makes it rather easy to distinguish genuine agony like the one you're experiencing right now from a living dead's imitation. The ultimate example of this is something you're quite fond of yourself. I'm talking about sex, of course.
Humans are instinctively repulsed by the idea of having sex with a corpse. Certain perverts harboring aberrant desires do exist as an exception to the rule, but for most people, the very thought of necrophilia is beyond revolting.
Are you familiar with the theory of 21 grams?
To the vice governor, the time spent in that room must have felt like an eternity. He's bleeding from his eyes and mouth. His ears have been sliced off, and his body is clearly at its absolute limit. He's approaching death, and the immense amount of pain he's been subjected to will have dulled his response to fear.
An American physician in the early 20th century once conducted an experiment in which he had measured the weight of terminally ill patients on their deathbeds. The results were unexpected, to say the least.
Oh yeah, the theory that your soul weighs 21 grams. Because when they died, they lost 21 grams of weight inexplicably. I remember reading about that like years ago.
The patients lost a minuscule amount of weight at the exact moment of death. At first, even the physician himself refused to acknowledge the results of the experiment. He examined and reconsidered every potential factor, and even convinced his scientific peers to conduct the experiment themselves. Yet the results proved undeniable. And so, it eventually came to be accepted as fact that the human soul weighs 3/4 of an ounce.
The vice governor seems to have understood what the man has in store for him. And so he sheds his final tears.
Worry not. At the moment of death, the brain releases a large amount of dopamine, beta endorphin, and serotonin. You won't feel any more pain.
The man buries his seething hot knife in the vice governor's heart. Immediately afterwards, the three-dimensional image of his brain lights up like a Christmas tree. It's as they say, a flame burns brightest right before it goes out. Soon enough, the phenomenon ends and the image goes dark. The vice governor has died.
Well then.
And yet the man continues his monologue. He's not talking to the vice governor though.
How did enjoy that little demonstration? As closing, allow me to impart an earnest warning. You may have escaped us once, but make no mistake. We're coming for you next, Hogyo Iria.
Eri is trying her very best to remain as emotionless. But a quick glance is enough for me to notice how her shoulders are trembling. If anything, it would have been strange if she had simply shrugged off the fact that some weirdo just threatened her. Someone places a hand on Eria's shoulder to try and console her. Nice. He's learning.
So, the video on this holographic cube was recorded specifically to be sent to us.
That seems likely, yes.
It still doesn't really explain why the vice governor had to be killed, though. Maybe just to provoke us? Sick fucks.
At least now we're sure that Tang Yun Shan and the suicide wannabes really were after Iria. Offense is the best defense, as they say. And we do have a score to settle with Milgram. I say we strike at them directly.
I'd love to do that. I'd love to do just that. But we still don't know where Milgram is hiding. I actually went all the way to Ueno earlier today to look into that. We might have to rely on Konsu here.
Oh, that reminds me. I recall what happened at Snowbell Nirvana. Sue's been acting kind of strange as of late.
She knows something. And this is the proof.
Iria uses her Conray to bring up a new image. It shows Kurashima Michiya, expert in the field of cognitive ethology, neuroscience, and various other brain sciences. He worked at the University of Tokyo's very own Busujima laboratory, and was widely considered a prodigy at the time. His most notable work is an essay titled The New Generation Influencer Hypothesis. It supposedly outlines research pertaining to people with a particularly high influence on society, although the vast majority of the original text has since been lost, leaving us with nothing but a mere synopsis.
That's like word for word what Soun said about it. I just remembered that I still had that on and wanted to turn that off just in case.
Ah. Kuroshima's last recorded piece of residence. Kuroshima's last recorded place of residence was an apartment building located in Asakusa. That's the extent of our current knowledge.
Where did you find this? Information on Kurashima and Michiya isn't readily available on the public net.
It was on Konsu's PC. She must have used the highway.
I see. Sue's definitely been acting strange, and this would explain at least some of that, but... I stare at the display. There's something missing, but I'm not quite sure what.
A hairline?
Something doesn't quite add up!
I'm sure Konsu has her reasons. Perhaps there's something preventing her from sharing information with us.
Agreed.
We did actually go to Kurishima's apartment in Asakusa to ask around. Didn't learn much though. Well, other than the fact that he was reclusive who mostly kept to himself. And then last June, he just up and vanished. Nothing's been heard from him since.
Another dead end, huh?
There are still other avenues we can pursue. Even if his online records were deleted, you can't just erase a person's life and legacy like that easy.
Exactly. We could look into the old Dokujima laboratory and...
It's Busujima.
Huh?
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Wait, are you guys surprised I know it's Busujima and not Dokujima? Do I really look that illiterate?
You do.
I'll end you! The nerve of this fucking guy! But, wait a sec. Why do I know the name is Busujima? Just going on the kanji Dokujima would be the first reading that comes to mind. I feel like I must have heard it from Kiri at one point. I think it might have been. Oh! Be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, what's wrong?
There's something I gotta double check real quick.
It's Momo.
Yeah, since Eva's not here, Kiri falls to Momo.
Hello?
Kiri? It's me. Got some time to talk? Or are you already on the clock?
Well, I'm at the HQ right now, but I can spare a minute.
You were the one who told me about Busujima, right?
Huh? What's this all about?
I can tell she's caught off by the question. Remember when we sorted through those albums together? You laughed so hard at me when I said Dokujima instead of Busujima.
Oh, you mean the lab my mother worked at?
Do you still have that picture?
It should be in that album. Give me a second.
Kiri starts looking it up. Photo albums used to be physical books where people kept pictures developed from film. Or so I hear. These days, only eccentrics would bother printing them out on actual paper. Kiri sends over the photo taken from her online album.
You meant this picture, right? The one with everyone in the same shot.
Bingo! I immediately checked the file and... Oh? Kiri? Isn't there something off about this data?
Oh, that? It was originally sent via papyrus. So the file you've got there's actually just a copy of the original.
I have a sudden flash of inspiration. A good sign, seeing how my intuition rarely ever betrays me. Do you still have that papyrus by any chance?
Hold a second. Hold on a second. It should be in this binder over here. Yep, here it is.
That's my Kiri, always keeping things neat and organized.
Let me guess. You want it?
I do.
I'm assuming it's urgent. Okay, I've sent it over via pipe carrier.
Thanks a ton. Love you, Kiri. Kiri could tell I needed this urgently just from the tone of my voice. She reads me like an open book. She probably just wants to know why I brought this up out of the blue. I'll tell her later when it's just the two of us. Good luck with the night shift. Make sure not to space out and fall off a pipe runner.
Oh, come on. I'm not a kid anymore. The same goes for you. Don't do anything too dangerous, okay?
Gee, that's a bit of a tall order. I'll try not to get myself killed, at least. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, good night.
By the time I hang up and start heading back towards the others, the delivery's already been completed. We may both be in this Shinjuku area, but still, those pipe carriers they've got at the military police sure get things done fast. I enter the living room with papyrus in hand. Guess what? I've got an important new lead.
A lead?
Yeah, check this out. I present the photo. It shows 3 rows of people in white coats, standing in front of a prefab building with a sign attached that reads Busujima Lab. Every person in the photo is wearing a name tag. Also, Aso Yukari sits on the left side of the group. I can definitely tell she's related to Kiri. The resemblance is uncanny. However, my attention is drawn to the person next to her. It's a middle-aged man standing awfully close to Yukari.
That's Kurushima Michiya. Care to explain why you're showing this to us?
Kiri showed me her mom's album a while ago. I distinctly remember mistakenly reading Busujima as Dokujima.
Well, that's one hell of a coincidence.
When the flames of the Sino-American War engulfed the capital, the University of Tokyo was taken over by the Self-Defense Army. The occupied university was made to focus its efforts on military research alongside the US Army. That it housed a number of gifted students is hardly anything to be surprised by. However, the fact that Kuroshima belonged to the exact same research team as Kiri's mom feels like more than just sheer coincidence. Ryoko, could you look into this papyrus for me?
Of course.
A quick multi-flick to check the image and... Yep, there it is.
Oh, the file seems to have digital watermarks. Its size is also a little unusual.
I knew it! They could have easily just sent this picture as raw data. Meaning there must have been a good reason why they went out of their way to have it on papyrus. Such as preventing it from being duplicated. Papyruses are outfitted with powerful decryption capabilities. It's why they're used for IDs and notarized documents.
I see. There's some hidden data embedded in this.
What exactly?
I'm not sure. It seems to be password protected. The send date on this should be accurate, right?
June of last year. Wait a second. That's also when Kuroshima Michiya went missing from his apartment in Asakusa. Could this be...
What's wrong, Iria?
Zone's voice disrupts my thoughts. Iria lifts her hands, and I can see that they're trembling. At her fingertips, a mesh-like network of data shimmers in the colors of the rainbow.
What? Wait. I'm starting to remember.
Are you okay? You don't need to force yourself.
This person.
She's pointing at Aso Yukari. In other words, Kiri's mom, who bears a striking resemblance to her daughter.
I mean, the two of them couldn't have a more different hair color, but go off, I guess.
Suddenly, the room goes pitch black.
I know it's a bit early, but this is the best possible time for me to hit the old holographic cube save and end
True.
stream for today.
True enough.
I like the
Doesn't hurt that.
cliffhangers.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt that we don't have Eva with us. So.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you all for joining us today. There's a lot that's been like happening. Huh. Yeah, in Tokyo Necro. A lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Now I'm just the Living Dead stuff is speculation, but evidence is strong, you know.
Yeah.
And Ryoko has an alibi for why they weren't able to get in contact with her, so sure. And she did say that she got new spices and was just trying them out, so.
It would be a surprise though.
Mm-hmm. Much shock to the system.
Oh, anyway, let's see here. Who is currently online? Falcon was online. Seems that
He is online. He's building card decks for the Gundam card game.
Fun.
I've also got a friend, Sweet Scented Dream, who's online, and she could use some views. I don't get to see her streaming very often, so let's go over to her stream.
Spooky.
I'm just here for the rod.
I'm going to be trying to stream Killer 7 again tomorrow. If any of you guys are available to join me for, just to hang out, just to chill, maybe voice some Remnant Psyches.
Like severed heads.
The severed variety.
Well, that's just Susie. No.
But still, the severed variety.
Oh yeah, before the stream I'm going to have to get up to the point that we were at because it crashed at the end of the chapter last time.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily that just means that I have to do the boss fight again, and I can do that real fast. But yeah. Anyone else doing anything soon or today, or you can advertise it now?
Don't think so.
No, I'm playing Nier Automata again next week.
Fun.
And Wild, you doing anything? Amazing.
Sleeping.
Okay. So
Sleeping apparently.
So let's get our raid emotes ready.
Yay.
And until next time, may your stories grow ever more interesting. Farewell.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, Pyong Pyong.